Hey, so this is the sort of comprehensive warm-up. I'm going to go through each one of these kind of quickly, but when you're practicing at home, if you want to sustain on one because you're just not getting it, that makes sense to me, so that's what I would do. All right, so what I'd first start off with is just a right hand warm-up. You can do this on any string, but this is basically what was covered in the other video. Just starting off with a nice pattern. Down, up, down, up. I'm going to palm mute it to control it, so it's not super open, and then try to speed it up to something that you can sustain. This might be the case. And just do it until you get a little bit of a burn. All right, and then for the next, you want to come up with some cool patterns, and you want something challenging. So later on, if we can't get this with just your ear, I can give you some, I guess, some tools to help you get the strumming pattern. But I think it's important to try to listen with your ear. So this one is, I'm just going to play it real slow. I'll slow it down a bit more. Down, 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 up, up. Down, 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 up, up, down, 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 up, up, down, 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 up, up. All right, and the last one is probably the most challenging. This is just a good one. Just try to listen with your ear, try to get something close, and then try to even incorporate this little slap thing that's part of it. All right, enough for the right hand. That's good stuff to get your right hand going. The next part is right into the scales and then our exercises. So just go through your minor and major scale. You want to do this slow until, and controlled, so you can go all the way up and all the way down without any major mistakes. And then start trying to speed it up a little bit. So for starters, just A minor and C major. Now remember, it's okay if you go much slower. And then do the same thing with major. We'll move up to C. Okay, using the E and the A string, go through the first 6 notes of the minor scale, of the A minor scale. All the way up, all the way down. You can do this anywhere. You can move up the fretboard if you want to. This helps you learn your guitar a little better. Do something similar. Let's say the first 6 notes as well with the C major. So this will use the E, A, and D string. And then, of course, get to a speed that makes sense for you, and try to make it fluid. What I mean by fluid is the same interval between the notes. So you don't want to sound like. Try to make it where every note is on the rhythm. All right, and now do the same thing on the B and the E string using the minor scale, starting off on the 5th fret. So it's going to go 5, 6, 8 on the B string, and 5, 7, 8 on the E string. And then do the same thing in C. So starting with your middle finger on the 8th fret of the B string, and then go back down. All right, what we're doing here is just getting ready to solo. All right, we're getting our fingers used to it. We're coordinating the right and the left hands so we can do stuff like so we're just, moving back and forth between these two shapes. And this is a really good way to, I guess, prep that. Another thing that we did is our exercise with the arpeggio. So, I had you slide up before. I still want you to slide up, but now a very focused slide up. Using your middle finger on the 7th fret of the G string, go ahead and move up, slide it up to the 9th fret. So just from there. And at some point, that slide's not so important. I want you to also go through it with and without the slide. Same thing, slow and controlled at first until you know you got it. And when you're more comfortable, start walking up the frets. So something like this. When you're more comfortable. All right, the last part is sort of the chordal piece. There was a piece about, just open chords and using your pinky. I like to warm up with some of this stuff and just really focus on the sound. Just play a C chord and then use your pinky on the 3rd fret of either the B or the E. Just listen to it. And then even with the D chord, right? So I'm using my pinky to accent on the 3rd fret of the E string. And even with the G chord. So here you are with the G. You can let go of the pinky and use it on the B string. All right, and lastly was one of these chordal, funky chordal things that we're going over here. The one that starts off in E major. And I'm going to play the whole thing real quick, and then I'll break down the chords. Well, I don't have to break down the chords because I've already done that in another video. So I'm just going to go ahead and go through it. Same thing. You're looking for your right hand and your left hand to really connect here. So if it's too fast, just slow it down. You're trying to listen for notes that just end up dead notes, or where your hand is kind of having troubles adjusting. The more practice, the more you recognize, the more you're going to be able to quick adjust. So if this is the case, and you're not hearing these other notes kind of ring out, that's not good. You want to focus on making the chord as nice as you can. And if this is the case, this part sounds good, but your right hand is all crazy, then you want to focus on improving that. Meaning if you just can't get the... then you're just going to want to listen to me play it and then try to adapt that. So enough practice will help your right and left brains kind of come together, your right and your left hands, and then things are going to start clicking. Once it does click, the whole guitar world is going to unlock. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. I know this is a long warm-up, but if you go through this regularly, it's going to help.